Hello and welcome to Kump. Coming to you a day later than the normal date. Apologies, but we were too busy getting crazy on Easter. How was your Easter, Lucie?
It was good.
Was it?
Yeah, it was great.
Good, because mine was amazing. We had ham, we had wine, we had potatoes, Easter bunny. We didn't.
Eggs.
We didn't party. I like to party on Easter. We didn't party on Easter. This is the big problem of this pandemic. I need to get a fucking tie a knot on. Is that a term for it?
Tie a knot.
I need to.
That seems like vaguely related to when dogs fuck. I don't know.
What, dogs? They don't have opposable thumbs.
I feel like that if a dog could talk, that's what he would say, and he was kind of a creep.
Dogs have no concept of. I'm not even saying because they don't speak.
I got to get a knot on.
I'm saying this. I'm not even saying because I'm not being a dick. Well, dogs don't have a concept of language. No, assuming they did. I'll tell you what they don't have a concept of: opposable thumbs, which you need to tie knots.
No, but doesn't their penis turn into a knot on its own?
What?
When it goes into something, I thought that one of the things that a dog penis did was it turned into a knot.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm pretty sure it's just biology.
You can get wait. Things don't just turn into knots; they tie into knots.
I think a dog's penis does.
How? I'm not trying to be. This is the thing. I don't need people are always like, oh, call me doctor, right?
Yeah.
Go. Like Lucie might be like, hey, Lucie, it's Dr. Lucie. Dr. Lucie of Dog Dicks. The Dog Dick Dr. Lucie. And I don't call them doctors. Do I refuse? I mean, do I refuse when the Queen of England wants me to call her queen? If that's refusal, then I guess I refuse to call them doctors. I don't know why I should be compelled to. But it's because of this. Because, I don't have this sense of fealty to the Queen, to the Duke of Sussex, or to a doctor of dog dicks. I'm not going to sit there and go, these people complain. They go, oh, we have fake news. We don't know what's real news. You kind of know what's real news, though, don't you? You just don't trust news. And then you have, facts that come in the news and go, this is probably true or not, on some level. But you can exist without knowing if the news is 100, whatever. Just being adult. You're never going to be comfortable again. That's life now. In the same way, I don't need a doctor of dog dicks like Dr. Lucie to tell me oh look, you don't have a PhD in dog dicks, so you don't know, and there's no way. No. Knots gotta be tied. I know that. I know how to tie my shoes. Right. I'm a Boy Scout. I tied knots for a living, or whatever it was, a vocation. I'm just saying, if you're telling me that a dog's dick links up with the long-ass clitoris of a female dog, I guess. The female's got a clit that's 6 inches long, and it dangles, and then the dog's penis is also flopped, and it goes inside, and those two somehow find each other and tie into a knot.
Well, I don't think any purely reproductive intercourse involves tying something up with the clitoris.
Well, whoa. You're gonna get incredulous with me because I'm trying to imagine with my grand imagination. I'm a man with great imagination. I envision worlds that you couldn't possibly dream of. All right, and those include worlds where the dogs have special kinds of organs, right? Fantastical organs, where the penis might dangle with the clitoris, and a kind of a scene where I have Disney's Fantasia might occur. Bop, 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 and they're dancing, and it's a whole thing, right? I can do that. We can do it all day long. Because you said to me, a dog's penis turns into a knot. So I can imagine, but the reality is, this is the reality. You can't have. There's no free lunch, all right? Freedom isn't free. Freedom fries. Also, the point is, you can't just say, well, dog's dicks turn into knots. And then when I start coming up with the only plausible situation where a dog's dick, upon entry into a vagina of any kind.
A dog's vagina.
All right. See, but
I don't know, they might be special.
Well, that was the point I was making, because it would have to be. Because something would have to occur. Something else would have to be. I mean, a knot is tying. A knot is something, a line and another line, you tie them together. Not like, if it bulged up, that wouldn't be a knot. It would be a balloon, for instance. If it ballooned on some level.
Sure.
But I don't know. Do you know what a knot is?
I think we're saying, tomato.
No one.
You say balloon. I say knot.
I say tomato. You say Nikita Khrushchev from famous Russian guy.
But you know what? This is actually less relevant. Whether or not I'm right is less relevant to me than if I was a doctor who exclusively studied dog dicks. You wouldn't just take my word for it?
No. Right, look, if it was...
I had a PhD in this. You wouldn't take my word for it?
100% no. Here's the situation. I'm not a lunatic. Here's the thing. If you said to me, hey, dogs actually have a backup penis. I have a PhD, so I know. Oh, that seems really great. But you actually have a PhD in dog dicks. Will I take your word for it? To your face, sure. Because I go, oh, okay. And if I go, how does it work? Maybe, and if you were kind of coy about it, maybe I would be belligerent. I don't know. But I'd basically take your word for it for a backup penis. A dog that gets cut off by a mailman who's just, the dog didn't even attack him. He's a bad mailman. Mailmen are fucking, they're up to stuff. So I might take, but no, if you said to me a dog's dick, which you did just now, turns into a knot, I have to go, oh, what do you mean? Take my word for it. I mean, that's the country we're starting to live in now. Just take my word for it. I'm a PhD. All right, but that's fake news. Do you believe a newsman just because he's a newsman? You shouldn't.
Look, in my imagination, I'm not like some Dr. Oz. I'm not it's not like I'm claiming to be an expert, but really I'm just on TV.
Well, he's a doctor. He's more of a doctor than, I don't want to say you, but most people who are doctors of dog dicks.
No, I'll say he's more of a doctor than me.
Right.
Yeah.
Or I'm saying
I'm not a doctor at all.
He's I question a lot of him. I don't know if I can say, this is a public forum, so I don't want to say, I'm suspicious of many, many things and doubtful of intentions, or whatever. But he's still a doctor. He still cuts babies' hearts out or whatever they do.
What?
Spits on them.
What intentions do you think Dr. Oz has?
Look, the acai berry. I'm sure it is a bountiful panacea of. It cured COVID, right? The acai berry.
Is that what he says?
No, I'm just saying. But for years he was preparing us with the acai berry. And then it prevented, COVID, which was nice. Stopped cancer. We're not a fat country anymore.
Yeah, that's true.
The Republic's doing great. I don't want to call him a huckster. So we'll move on. The point is, no, but the guys, I hate Dr. Oz. I don't know why I'm being coy about it.
Terrible.
What's he going to do? Come at me in my podcast? Yeah, acai berry. You show me how it cures COVID. I'll eat my goddamn hand. My gun hand. My point is, though, you can't turn a dick into... I wouldn't take the doctor's word for it, is my point. And I'm sick of saying the name, dog doctor, dick doctor, whatever the fuck. Oh, call me doctor. I'm going to call... you go, hey, did you spend $100,000 on your Amex to buy a bunch of fucking lawn furniture? I'll call you a doctor. That's what a doctor is now. Oh, I have a PhD in fucking French philosophy, or I have a PhD in psychology. Whatever. I don't care. Can you fix my child's hand? It's a bad hand. He's got a shitty hand. Fix it.
Oh, well, I agree with that, yeah.
I wasn't watching him and he fell and it's broken now because I told him to go play outside, but I forgot we live in New York City and he was shot in the hand. Can you help him? Are you that kind of doctor?
Let's say you were at the vet, right, with your dog.
Well, vets are like doctors.
Right. So let's say it was that kind of doctor.
Yeah, they're basically a medical doctor for animals. So it's like...
And they said, we have to do this surgery or because...
It's a doctor.
Because if we don't do the surgery, then your dog's penis won't turn into a knot properly. You would trust them, right?
No. No. I mean, not in that case. I mean, look. What if a doctor told you have to fucking like swallow this sword, and like and go fucking climb a trapeze and then jump off the trapeze into a fucking garbage can full of homeless shit, or you can't get a vaccine. You wouldn't do that. Homeless people shit, or regular people. I mean, anyone's shit really. I mean, I'm just imagining no. You have yet to say anything to me about how a dog's dick could turn into a knot. Just explain.
Look, I'm not saying I'm the person who can prove it to you.
Oh God!
But there might be someone out there who could.
There's just no concept of it. It's like your leg can become your arm. What does that mean? It doesn't mean anything. It's just like no. I mean, maybe it could. Your fingers should. No. I don't like doctors. I like doctors who fucking give me lollipops and teach me to read. Why are we talking about this in the first place?
I have no idea.
We're on a different topic.
We were talking about Easter.
Easter. How do we get into on the dog dicks?
I don't know.
Oh, I want to tie one on.
Oh.
So I want to tie one on Easter. I'm not saying Taiwan. Tie one on. I think it's a term.
No, but what you said was I want to get my knot on Easter.
Oh, yeah. Tie a knot. No, tie a knot on.
Yeah, tie a knot on.
Okay, so just tie one on?
I think it's just tie one on. But
what?
Look, I don't want to censor you if you want to
What does that expression mean?
Tie one on. I think it means get wasted.
Right. No, I mean, but like, where'd it come from? Like, I want to tie a dog's dick onto my, beer. I'm trying to. I like Easter. We didn't do anything for Easter, really. I don't know. Is Easter a big thing where you're from?
I mean, we celebrated Easter.
What does that mean? Eat a ham?
Eat a ham, dye some eggs. I mean, I suggested dyeing eggs, but you seem convinced that there was no dye in the surrounding area.
No. That's not what I said. I said to you, yeah, if you want to, I mean, it might be hard to get on Saturday before Easter. Maybe not.
Maybe, yeah.
It might be hard to get, but if you want to pick up some paws, and you were incredulous.
I was like, what's
paws?
Yeah.
Someone who's ensconced in the concept of dyeing eggs. That's the right word, right? It's not. But enamored with the idea of dyeing eggs. Reminds them of their childhood. Fanciful egg dyeing. Whoa, what is Easter? All these things going through your head. And you don't know what fucking pause is. It's the only thing out there. I mean, there might be shittier things than pause. Like, pause is the kind of thing that you assume is just like the generic Easter egg dye. And then sometimes you find out, like, oh, like, Russell Stover is actually good chocolate. And, like, if you go, like, certain places, they have, like, really shitty chocolate. But, like, Russell Stover's isn't good chocolate. It's fine. And pause is not good egg dye. There might be shittier egg dyes out there. But it's the only game I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know that this existed.
I don't know why I'm harping so much on the pause. So I didn't tell you not to get. I said, did you go out and get pause?
I never even considered. I've never arranged to celebrate Easter as an adult.
Because you said to me something like, "Oh, let's get dye from like somewhere else, like dye you use to like in a sweatshop to make blue jeans."
You're dyeing your eggs with toxic dyes.
Yeah, like, let's get some fucking we'll just get like wood stain and wood dyes that you use like stained cherry oak when you make a fucking desk. We're going to put that in our eggs, and we're going to eat the eggs like fucking idiots. I don't...
Yeah, it makes it more exciting.
I'm sorry. Is this like raise the villain episode? Because I don't believe about dog dicks and I didn't buy you paws. I'm sorry, didn't get you paws.
You got me a Switch.
Yeah, all right. Well, I did get you a Switch. Yes, I got.
It's a very nice gift.
I got Lucie a Switch. I wasn't going to bring that up because real men keep secrets.
I'm playing BioShock.
She's playing BioShock. It's a game.
It's really good.
Do you want to talk about the Switch?
It's like it's just a good game. It's based on like some Ayn Rand thing, some Ayn Randian dystopia.
She's playing an Ayn Rand game. Yeah, sure, that's great.
You walk around as Ayn Rand and you smoke.
You fuck your students and then you complain about women being too uppity or whatever. I'm glad you like it.
Sorry, was that gauche of me to say? I wanted to give you credit for it.
Nice. Thank you. I mean, it's not gauche. Just I'm a benevolent force in the universe. Yes, yes, I am such a great man. I'm not. I wanted to talk about Easter though. I wasn't trying to. This wasn't a prompt to say raise a generous boy. Yeah. I wanted to bring up the crucifixion. I was thinking about it. I was thinking about the guy on the other cross, right? There's two other crosses.
Oh, yeah, the two other.
If you don't know who Jesus was, he was a carpenter, fisherman, poet of some sort. He believed he was the Son of God. Whatever. They killed him. And then, it also didn't exist. But whatever. Maybe he did. The Roman historians say he existed. If you go to Catholic school, they're like, actually, there's 4 fucking secular historians who fucking tell you Jesus existed. There's Pliny the Younger. There's Agrippa. There's fucking Josephus and Suetonius. And all of them just talk like every time they bring up Jesus, it's like, yeah, there was some dude and fucking apparently something went down in Judea or whatever, Jerusalem. They killed a guy. Like, no one had first-hand knowledge. That's not the point. The story in the gospel is that this fucking guy, there was 2 crooks or whatever, 2 robbers on the other crosses. But just 2 criminals, they said. 2 criminals. Also Barabbas. Before that, a criminal. The Bible, it's like Jesus is the only innocent man getting crucified. That's really what they want you to believe. They want you to believe that, it's like, oh yeah, this is a really oppressive system. No. I mean, it's good. I'm not guilty, but and like Barabbas was a freedom fighter, I think. He was a zealot. But that's not the point. The fucking guy on the cross gets all this shit throughout the years. Because he was like, hey, you're the Son of God, right? Let's get us off this fucking cross. Help us out here. Get us all off the cross. You're the Son of God, do this. Come on. We waiting for him. I'm dying here. And he's like, oh, and the other guy was like, oh, you shouldn't have to do that. I'm a bad man. I got to pay for my sins. And he said something like, you're going to go to heaven with me because you didn't ask me to do shit. And you shouldn't ask the fucking God. And this is the story you learn from this. And I'm just baffled by it. You were raised with the Catholics. All you hear, fucking footprints in the sand. Fucking let God take your burden. Fucking put your sorries in a sack and let Jesus eat them. Fucking, I don't care how many kids you killed. The Son of Christ the Son of God wants to fucking have a picnic with you. If you just say hello. Just say hello. Say hello to Jesus. But this motherfucker who's on a cross next to him, bleeding, I guess. Ow. This hurts. Like he knows it hurts. He's right there. Like the whole, why did I only see 1 pair of footprints in the sand? Hey, because that's when I was carrying. This motherfucker is literally, I'm like, how do you know it hurts to be on the cross, Jesus? Because I'm right here. I'm on the cross. So the point is like, and he's going to be smug to this guy? The one time you I give you some water into wine if you want, but fucking get you off our cross? Why would I do that?
To play devil's advocate or Christ's advocate.
Yeah.
There is There is something really obnoxious about a guy. The guy's bleeding. Yeah, he's God, but he's also a guy who's bleeding on the cross.
Yeah.
Right? You got to imagine that version of Jesus is not the best version of Jesus in terms of performing the miracles.
Those powers were depleted?
Yeah. You would think that it's like, he might not be in the mood. Like, it's like, yeah, I'm dying here. I'm fulfilling a prophecy here.
Do you think?
And you're going to come up to me. It's like when you see like a celebrity you like on the street and they look all hungover and shit and you still go up to them and you go like, hey, can you just sign this thing? And also I want to have a 20-minute conversation with you.
Yeah.
It's like, he's like, I'm doing something.
Sorry I broke into your house, Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
This gun's not for you. It's for the people who want to hurt you. I want to help you.
I mean, maybe Jesus is like, I'm doing something here. Can you just...
Sure. I mean...
I rose a guy from the dead. Is that not enough?
I mean, I wasn't that guy. That was a different guy. I'm not dead yet. Did you let him die on the cross too? Is that... Well, can you save people or you just have to let him die first? And are you going to rise me from the dead? Or are you going to be dead too? Are you going to rise from the dead in 3 days? Are you going to raise me up?
I got shit to do, man. I don't know.
You're not going to raise me up? Come on, I'm right here. They're going to put us in the same tomb probably. Come on. Just when you wake up, just wake me up.
Look, it's just, this is a real important part of the storyline here where I got to rise up and then do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I'm not going to be bugging you. I'm not going to follow you around. I got shit to do too.
It's not.
I got shit to do, man. I got to see my girl. I got to fucking get some new hubcaps. Just wake me up when you die.
Look, typically I'm happy to do it, but it's not nothing to me. It does take some effort on my part to raise a whole human from the dead. So could you maybe just see that it's like, I'm sorry for your circumstances.
Right.
But I might have...
So it's a nuisance to you. So save my life. I get it. No, I don't like doing things that are a nuisance. Like saving people's lives. Do you think, this whole depletion thing that, like, he was sitting there going, like, when Pontius Pilate was like, are you the son of God? And you go, because I guess the thing, the Jewish, I mean, some people go, the Jews killed you. No, it's just the Jewish Pharisees. He was a troll. He, like, fucked up their temple money-changing shit. Oh, you're all hypocrites. We all act like it's a great story. You're a bunch of hypocrites in my dad's house. Like, what? What? We're like Jewish priests, like wherever we are, rabbis and priests. Some of them are priests, some like the temple people. You come into our temple, you fucking throwing tables everywhere, and you're saying like, "Is my dad? Was your dad King David?" I don't think he built that. I mean, it was a different temple, maybe. Whatever. Point is, I would have been like, yeah, "Hey, Pontius Pilate, this guy's a." I mean, I'm not a rat, so I don't try to get people to kill. But whatever. I mean, point is. So he's there with Pilate. Pilate's got no beef with him, per se.
Right.
And he's going, but his whole story is that he's like, hey, are you the son of God? I am who you say I am. And he's going to be on coy. He's like, why don't you fucking, I think he said something like, if I'll let you go. Just be cool. Say something. Ask me to. He's been paraphrasing here, but he's portrayed as a guy who like, yeah, I don't give a shit. We'll make this go away. This has to happen. Has to happen. All right. Do you think he actually was like thinking he had miracle power the whole time and he was going to fucking like pull a fucking loop-de-doo or whatever the fuck and like at the last second and be like, now who's on the cross, motherfuckers? But he just like, he couldn't because he was fucking made himself a pizza bagel the night before.
Yeah.
While he's crying in the garden. Like, he's praying.
That would be great.
He's crying blood and he's just like, gosh, I'm kind of hungry. Instead of finishing dinner, I went through that whole here's my body and blood shit for fucking 2 hours, and then I accused Judas of being a fucking betraying me. I wouldn't be surprised if he did now.
Yeah. That'd be great if he wasn't supposed to die, but they had to remodel the whole thing around him dying.
Yeah, because he was supposed to do that. He was supposed
to do that. He was supposed to
like, they were supposed to be nailing him to the cross, and like the nails bend like the Matrix or something. And he's like, oh, what's the matter? Your hammer don't work. What is this? He's on the ground, I guess, and the hammer. What's the matter? Your hammers don't work? They don't work as the son of God. That's right. I ain't dying. And then, but then it goes in his wrist.
Yeah.
So it does work. I don't know.
He's just getting his quip ready, and then he's like,
Yeah, the guy just misses or something. Where he's setting up he's just kind of hammering a few of those big nails into the ground, so he has them ready to like just pick one. He's like pop, pop, pop. I didn't feel nothing. Guess hammers don't work on the Son of God. No, I just put my nails in the ground. It's easy to grab because you're gonna be wiggling and pain a lot. So it's just I want the nail right there, so I can put the other one in your wrist after I put the first. You good? We'll start now. Again, I'm not mocking Jesus, but he mocked the guy, kind of. He mocked this guy, and the whole message I ever heard from 12 years of Catholic school was like, put your fucking hopes and dreams. If you're afraid of getting shot in the face at a Yankee game because you fucking, you asked this girl that, but her boyfriend didn't like you, and he's going to shoot you at a Yankee game. Just don't, here's what you do. Put that fear into the turtle shell of Jesus. I can't, a million analogies. But this guy, he laughs at this guy. He mocks this guy. That's the Easter story.
Right.
Or the Good Friday story, at least.
And then the other guy, the other guy is way more despicable because he's just like...
It's a fucking brown-nosing scum. Oh, yeah. I would never ask that. I'm a woke crucifixion boy. I don't fucking... Oh, how dare you ask that? What? I'm trying to save my life. What? I'm a bad guy. You don't fucking save me. And, he thought he was getting saved. Mm. He's like, yo, you did the right thing. You'll come to heaven. And he's like, fuck. So he's going to save me. Jesus just, whatever. I mean, it's good that he rose from the dead. Those two guys are dead forever. What did they do? They stole a piece of cheese. Killed a woman. Could be anything. So Easter's done.
Yeah.
Speaking of something that came up before, there was a segue that presented itself and I didn't take it because I really wanted to harp on Jesus. But Aaron Rodgers on Jeopardy.
We're Jeopardy fans.
Look, we watch Jeopardy every day. And Alex Trebek is he's dead now, but he was either the worst guy or the best guy. Sorry, he's either the best guy or the worst guy in history because he has a lot of friends. A lot of people like Alex Trebek. I mean, he got the fucking Jack Kennedy's funeral was less grand than Alex Trebek's. You know what I mean? The fucking Eternal Flame blew out before they started having guest hosts honoring Alex Trebek every 5. He was such a good guy. I saw him in the subway once. He was fucking reading an erotic novel, but he said hello to me. It's great. And then we have to fucking sit through Dr. Oz. That's what it was. It was Dr. Oz was hosting Jeopardy. Mr. Acai Berry. And Katie Couric. And Ken Jennings. And now, football boy, Aaron Rodgers. What do you think of Aaron Rodgers after the first day?
When he first came out, I was like, this could work.
Why, he's attractive?
He's an attractive guy. He's got a little charm to him.
I mean,
you
feel like he's attractive. The charm is that he's attractive, you mean, right?
Maybe it is just that he's attractive.
I'd love to know what he said that charmed you.
After the first 2 seconds, got a little slow.
Hello, I'm Aaron Rodgers. I mean, look, I watch basketball, sometimes football. I mean, I don't think these guys are doctors of dog dicks or anything. They're great. But, they go to press conferences. They talk a lot. I imagine Eli Manning from the Giants, who was, kind of a hayseed seeming guy. Hey, how you doing? Me and my brother like to fucking, I don't know. His brother was accused of grabbing some massage therapist when he was in college and making her touch his dick. And his picture of him telling his brother Eli, and Eli goes, you're the best, bro.
Yeah.
And they would be better than this. This guy, I feel bad, but it's like when you were in school and they we're all reading from the same book and they make us take turns reading, and then this one kid just can't. Hey, I'm not trying to make fun of the kid, but he can't read. Why am I gotta listen to a guy who can't read? How does that help me learn? How am I getting the best out of the Beowulf? Listen to this fucking guy, spitter and spatter, and just go, oh. I mumbled, I have my fucking mouth issues, but I would enunciate. I would be like, Beowulf did this, then he fucked his mother, blah, 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 blah. And this guy, at my point, that's what Aaron Rodgers is like. What?
Yeah, I mean, he's just like, it just became like instantly apparent that it's like, oh yeah, he's a football player. Like it's like,
That's my point. Like it makes you think that, but like most of them can speak. I think.
Well, they can speak about football.
Yeah, but I mean, they're giving you the cue cards.
But it's also like, isn't it kind of a trope that like even when they're talking about the sport, they're kind of like, it's all kind of like platitudes.
That's the quarterbacks. Quarterbacks are usually like the more analytical ones, and they like fucking. They're usually not the dunderheads. I don't think like most of them aren't done. Most of the linebackers nowadays are pretty like savvy. I'm just saying, like, but like, some of the guys, like, you sometimes see a guy who's just a guy who like someone like hits someone. Those guys aren't always, reading Emily Dickinson or whatever you imagine the smart people doing, whatever. But most of these guys can talk. Aaron Rodgers is the greatest football player of all time, apparently, or one of them, and he's just sitting there going, this guy, Nikita Khrushchev did this, and I mean, this maybe doesn't warrant an entire screed, but the guy is just mumbling the whole, or like give me something to read, or tell me something to read. We pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the Republic. Like, it's like that. It's like literally monotone and slow. And I just fucking hate him.
Yeah, I just think he's out of his element. I mean, look, it's not like really like he wasn't mispronouncing anything egregiously. Like it's not like he was he didn't come off stupid.
I want to find out where Aaron Rodgers lives.
It's just like, what does he care about the new Hemingway documentary?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because he can't lose not get to the Super Bowl reading that. that dig. He can't fail at that, too. He can't fucking not finish the Hemingway documentary. I wish I watched more football so I could slam him better. But he's like supposedly the best guy, but he never makes it because he didn't have a good team. Didn't have a great team? Jesus Christ. He did just fine. He let just 2 guys die. He didn't care.
Didn't he have the 12 apostles? I mean, one of them was a bad apple, obviously. But
yeah, one of them betrayed him, like, for money. The other one denied him 3 times because the cock crowed. Right?
Yeah.
Peter. Then you got Thomas when he came back to life. He's doubting him. Calling him Doubting Thomas. And you have a bunch of other fucking, do-nothings. Hey, well, we wanted to help you out there, but we were busy. We're fishermen, so we're the fish. No, yeah. Go fish. Don't save me from a crucifixion. One guy betrayed you. So 10 guys can't stop a crucifixion? The Dirty Dozen. I mean, fucking Wild Bunch. It was like 5 guys killed 1 million. Those 5 guys killed so many people. Imagine if fucking Ernest Borgnine was one of the fucking apostles. Him and fucking William Goldman.
That's true. And didn't he give them weapons?
The Wild Bunch, yeah.
At one point. No, didn't Jesus give the apostles weapons at one point?
I don't think so.
I think he did. Didn't he give them all weapons?
What are you talking about? I mean... I'm
saying if he did give them weapons, I'm not saying that he did.
If he had given them weapons, that would have been very interesting.
If he did give them weapons, then it is absolutely
What are you talking about? What?
Okay.
What?
Let's assume for the moment.
I mean, I'm trying to shit on Jesus, but you're like, didn't he give him guns? No. What was that scene where he opened up a chest full of swords and battering rams and come on, we gotta get laid tonight. What are you talking about?
Let's assume for the moment that he did give them weapons.
Okay.
If he did, then they were absolutely supposed to stop the crucifixion.
Oh, well, sure. I mean,
what else would they be for?
I mean, what else would the would the dice be for?
What are the dice?
The dice he gave them.
He gave dice?
No. He didn't give weapons. don't know.
I thought they carried swords or something.
What about that? Oh, Peter had a sword. In certain fucking versions of cartoons I watched as a kid or whatever, Peter pulls out a sword and cuts off a Roman guy's ear.
Oh, right.
Centurion. Yeah. And Jesus famously says, no, don't do that. If you live by the sword, you die by the sword. But you're about to die by a cross. Did you live by the cross?
Right.
I'm talking about. I mean, it's not great. That's my point. Like, I'm not like, but he was like, his thing was like, don't do that. And like, you had a lot of wine, Jesus. I don't know if you're, what do you call it? Your secret, your loop-de-loop fucking miracle's gonna work. It might kill you. No, don't worry. I got it, Peter. Don't worry. You betrayed me 3 times with the cock crow. I got no disciples. I got no apostles. They ain't no good. I guess I'm gonna die. I'll see you guys later. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. No, it's good. Jesus, you're drunk. You're drunk, Jesus. Nah, I'm good. And then he died. No, I don't. If he had given them weapon, if he had given them like a fucking mace, the ball with the spikes, they probably should have used it. Or if he gave them a Cadillac, they could have driven him away. All sorts of hypotheticals.
If you live by the sword, you die by the sword, and that's why I'm giving you a brand new machine gun.
Yeah, I mean, in that instance, like if he had given them airplanes, sure. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He didn't.
Then they'd be the fighting apostles.
Wait, what? Where did you think is that what you? Because the Peter in the ear, is that what you were thinking?
Yeah, maybe that's what I was thinking of.
So anytime
I knew that at some point they had weapons.
Well, one guy had a sword, which I even think it seems weird. Were people carrying swords around Jerusalem?
Probably.
Like rando fishermen?
I mean, you probably had to.
Why?
Otherwise, people would take your fish.
I think it was an organized society with a police force of sorts. It wasn't just anarchy. You're describing an anarchic situation where, like, if you don't have a sword on you, you just get raped and fish robbed. I think there was a precedence that you couldn't do that.
I mean, I'm sure some. Yeah, I mean, look, obviously there were enough criminals that Jesus got crucified with 2 of them.
Yeah, but they just steal someone's fucking fish sticks, the fish patties, fish fillet sandwich. Do you think Jesus would like me?
I mean, I think that he would probably try to fix you a little bit.
What?
I think there are certain things he'd try to fix.
But do you think when I say likes me, I mean more like would he put up with me? Would he get really annoyed if I was like, we were friends, and I'm like, you really should have fucking saved that guy? And I'm like always second guessing him, like, why didn't you fucking?
Honestly, you might be an apostle because apparently all his apostles are people who are constantly undermining him.
Yeah.
So.
I'm just saying, like, I'd love to just like be friends with Jesus and be like, cut my ear off. Like, can you put this back on? Let's put this back on. And then like ask him to make my dick bigger or my asshole bigger. Just kind of can make me a bigger asshole and later on make it smaller again. That's kind of, I want to see what it's like to have a big asshole. You got a pretty big ass. Ha ha ha. We get it. You can make it a little. I'm fat. I get it. Can you make my rectum like 6 inches diameter? He's like, why? Oh. Just want it.
Yeah, I think Jesus would love that.
Cool. We'll move on.
But no, we've made some good points about Christ today.
That's not like Christ.
This is
what is Christ? Calling him Christ is like calling him doctor. Jesus. His name wasn't Jesus Christ. It's not his name, right? His name's not Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but I call him Christ because that's what he likes to be called.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look, I don't think he's God or anything, but I could, I'll call him Christ.
Oh, Jesus from Nazareth, right? Call me Christ. What? I have a dog's dick can tie into a knot if you suck it long enough. Just put it in your mouth. It's It's like I think you're confusing the cherry thing. Like I can tie a cherry into a knot in my mouth, and like I guess it's supposed to mean you can like give good head to a woman, right?
Oh yeah, it's when
or women do
or
that.
vice versa. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It makes more sense.
It does make more sense if you were doing it as a man.
Yeah, I don't know what that fucking cherry like. Oh, look, I can try a cherry. My dick is bigger than a cherry. I mean, and it doesn't have a stem, so that won't work.
Yeah.
You're not gonna turn my dick into. This is.
No, but you're right. It would make some more sense if men did it, but it's too sensual in a feminine way for men to be doing it.
You know what I do at a bar?
But
I ask, do you mind if I say something sexually explicit to you?
Yes, of course.
You mind?
Yeah. I don't mind at all.
Oh, okay. I got my wrist. I've been told feels really great inside of a vagina.
Your wrist?
My wrist.
Your wrist in particular.
It's like a cherry stem. I've been told my wrist is the cherry stem of wrists.
So the hand doesn't feel great, but once you get past the hand to the wrist,
sure. I don't know. They just look at my wrist and it's inside. That's a cherry. That's like a cherry stem getting tied inside me. I've been told that by women.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Should we show people the Easter Bunny?
Yeah, show people the deranged.
This is a really strange Easter Bunny that appeared with the Bidens. Apparently, it was some like army aide or something. That's
that Navy SEAL that fucking Donald Trump pardoned, who like went back and stabbed that guy in the hospital or whatever. He like it's part of his like it was part of his fucking pardon. He had, like somehow they said like Trump set it up so he had to let him do it. He's jerking off right now.
There's a war criminal in that bunny costume.
How did Easter become like? What does a bunny do? He lays eggs.
He brings it. I don't think he's supposed to lay eggs. I think he brings eggs.
Okay, brings eggs.
I don't think it's quite as demented as that he lays them himself.
Why doesn't he just like get? I don't understand like how he even got to this point with the bunny. You sit on his lap in the mall. Why? I mean, does he fucking? Do I tell him my sins?
I'm sure you can.
Hey, Easter Bunny. You know, one time I touched myself in the screening of the Mighty Ducks when I saw the kid's mom. Not the kids. I was fucking 6 years old.
That's okay.
The Charlie's mom, fucking. I just thought she was. I wish she was my mom.
And Bunny's like, that's okay. I killed a lot of kids in Iraq. Yeah. Your sins are forgiven.
Anyway.
I don't know.
What does it do with this?
Is it common for the Easter Bunny to have glasses?
No. Is it common for the president to be fucking have his half his brain missing? No, but here we are. It's probably just Fauci. You think do you think we're gonna kill Fauci one day, like as a like you think he'll be like killed in the mob?
Do you think people hate him that much?
I don't. I mean, people. No.
I mean, maybe they do. I
mean, people resign. I watched someone was tweeting today like, "Oh, I lost my job. It's all because you motherfuckers had to feel safe, and it's only your fault because you let this happen." Which seems like a stretch. Like, I understand thinking that the lockdown should be lifted if that's your opinion. We can debate this stuff, but it's a weird appeal on Twitter to go, I lost my job because of COVID. It's all because you guys didn't want to have a disease. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm sorry you lost your job.
Right.
But that being said, they fired Paul Pierce, the basketball boy, world champion. They call it world champion, NBA champion with the Celtics back with the big three. It was him, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett was nasty. He used to do like fucking knuckle push-ups. He'd start screaming at the floor
He's the guy in Uncut Gems, right?
Yeah, right? Like, imagine that guy guarding you or you trying to dunk on him. Fucking no, he was mean. I mean, he always came off me. I don't know if he's actually a mean guy. These guys, like, he had a certain kind of face and he was a big guy, but yeah, he might have, like, maybe didn't know how to fight at all. I can picture, like, fucking some other basketball boy just fucking doing karate. He's just like, oh, fuck. Anyway, Paul Pierce was hanging out with a bunch of strippers and playing poker and whatever. He was on Instagram Live, I guess. And, they weren't wearing masks. So ESPN has fired him. What do you think of that? He was a presenter. He'd be on, I think he was on The Jump. He would, like, Rachel Nichols would be like, what do you think about Doc Rivers? Should he coach good or coach bad? And he'd be like, well, he should coach good. Whatever. These people, they talk about basketball.
I mean, is he just throwing videos of it up on the internet?
Well, one night he had a little fun, I guess, and he fucking, here's a stripper, there's a stripper, I'm playing poker, we're smoking. Why
can't people do these things and not film them?
Well, that's a great question. No clout in that. You need clout. You try and get more strippers. Again, you pay for the strippers once, and hopefully you get, like, other girls to come and hang out with you, for free. It's like, he's paying, he's making an investment. Like, I'll pay $10,000 one time or whatever it is. And then, you get fucking, uglier girls, but still decent. They're fine. And they'll fucking, and they'll be like, hey, Paul, you want me to suck your dick into a knot? And he's like, whoa. Yeah, I guess. Damn. Is it worth saving money? Making these videos. He's trying to make a fucking. I just picture him like he's making videos, but he's like trying to sell like real estate. Do you want to? He's one of these like fucking Dan Bilzerian type guys. Hey, you want to live like this? I'm Paul Pierce, the NBA boy. I got hoes and fucking polka and cigars. I don't give a fuck about COVID. Buy my kit that tells you how to put stamps in the newspaper.
I mean, theoretically, shouldn't his clout come from being the basketball boy?
You would think so. I mean, he was a champion. He's a Hall of Famer. He's like, I get why it's dumb, but why are you firing the guy? It doesn't seem odd to you. I know much more like unprivileged people have lost their jobs in the pandemic. I'm not saying like, look, if some guy who worked at Wawa who lost his job, although I don't think anyone who worked at Wawa should lose it. I mean, they're probably doing fine, right? Wawa.
Yeah.
Are they suffering? Maybe people aren't going on their way to work, not getting their buttered roll on their way to work anymore. You got a virtual buttered roll, and Wawa's fucked. Point is, if that guy could, analyze the NBA on TV, then give him that job. I don't think he's necessarily qualified. I mean, he might think he's qualified. He'll get on there. He'll start saying stuff about LeBron James you don't want to say in public. You don't want him saying, like terrible things. You know I'm getting that?
Sure.
You don't want the Wawa guy. I mean, I've been in a Wawa, hear people talk about LeBron James. You don't want that on TV. So we can't just give that job to one of the people displaced by the pandemic.
No, but don't you think that maybe ESPN is trying to keep up appearances? Like, even if their people aren't, like, really respecting the rules of COVID, like, maybe they're trying to, they don't want this, like, kind of egregious lack of propriety out there about...
Look, I mean, that's what I'm getting at. It's like the whole time I've never been the lockdown guy. That's not me. I've been reasonable about it the whole time. And I'm not acting like it's over now. But I just feel like there's something weird about punitively firing them for, like, partying without a mask. That seems a little... I don't think the COVID passports are going to be used to, eat your... figure out which baby they're going to kill of yours or whatever. I mean, I do not believe that. Look, there's a certain degree of, like, they're going to do... Look, do you want to start a fucking, like, Chippendales Rescue Rangers kind of outfit? And we can fight the conspiracy. Let's do it. I'll be Monterey Jack in the fucking Whirlybird helicopter, and you can be a squirrel, and we'll fight these fucking evil. No, I mean, otherwise.
That sounds fun.
It does sound fun. I mean, does that sound better than storming the Capitol building? Doesn't that sound better?
Yeah.
That's why I'm not going to storm the Capitol building. I'm going to make a really poorly designed Chippendales Rescue Rangers cosplay, and then go and and then do some kind of weird act in public and be arrested.
We'll just smuggle people across COVID passport vaccine passport lines.
Oh, I thought we were going to, do terrorism. Yeah, the weird thing's not going to work at all. I was saying like a cute terrorism thing. I mean, what? I was beating around the bush because I didn't want to say like let's fucking join Al Qaeda. But like Chippendale, the Rescue Rangers. But like, yeah, we were gonna be domestic terror. But the point is, I don't know. We're gonna fight the passport thing. Oh, they know where you are, but the phone does that already.
Right? Yeah, exactly. That's why it's stupid.
Well, this will let you. But this is if you get the vaccine, you're showing your compliance. It's a way of making you show your compliance. And then what? They can invade Iraq again? They don't care. We complied to everything already, except for those people who stormed the Capitol. That's not, those are the people who don't comply. There's no one in between. There's no one doing a Boston Tea Party.
Right.
I mean, maybe storming a Target is kind of like that. In a good way.
Sure.
Or bad. I don't know. I don't know what to think anymore. I'm just saying, I don't know why can't you just like fucking suspend it for a couple of weeks?
I guess you could, but probably they just don't want to. I guess they just don't want to catch the shit themselves.
What shit though? Because think about it for a second. So people are gonna be going, why do you have a guy on your TV station who didn't wear a mask at a party he was at? Like it seems like it's narky. It's fucking.
It's narky.
And
I mean, look, it would be narky if
he didn't touch a woman.
If they didn't post it, like it's like. Just don't post it.
Well, sure, but it's like he didn't like. In this case, we're not talking. I mean, I'll just say he didn't touch a woman. He didn't molest a woman. If he did, that's not my. I don't have to couch it. Well, I don't. As far as I know, I'll just say he didn't. And if you say he did touch you, then we can reassess it.
Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. I feel like what's next? I'm gonna be fucking. I'm going to be on the toilet doing Instagram Live, telling people about my new book. And go, he's not wearing a fucking mask on the toilet. Why is this guy wearing a mask on the toilet? And all of a sudden, I'm a meme. I'm taking a shit without a mask on, and people are fucking acting like I'm Nikita Khrushchev. The most feared man in the world, in the USSR.
I mean, look, I could definitely see this whole thing going to some weird places and people getting fired for weird reasons. I mean, look, I would maybe like feel more like if this was just like some guy like who wasn't a big basketball boy, right? Like right. It's like if this was just some guy who like I don't know had a job at a warehouse, yeah, and this like got on social media or something, I would definitely feel worse about it. Like it's like where it's like
you feel worse.
Yeah,
that guy's got no, but that guy's just partying and he's fucking delivering your bread later. He's just fucking coughing and spitting all over your bread. Like Paul Pierce is not gonna bring you a bagel tomorrow morning. Yeah. Like it sounds shitty, but it's like, oh, what? So Paul Pierce can party and the guy, seamless guy can't. Well, yeah. I mean, if Paul Pierce is gonna bring me a fucking egg McMuffin, then maybe I'll give a shit if he's fucking just telling these strippers how he can fucking tie a dog's dick into or not.
Sure.
I don't know. Where are we at? So you hate Paul Pierce.
I don't hate.
You think he should be fired? You're part of you're part of the problem. You're part of the cancel Netflix culture.
I can't get too riled up about his firing. I mean, I don't think I wouldn't have made the decision to fire him. Yeah. But like I can't.
I'm not. Yeah, no, it's fair. I'm not riled up. And I usually do. I am pretty apathetic about everything in the world. Yeah. But it just seems like a strange level of like. Who was the guy complaining about Paul Pierce? Who was the guy going? This guy's playing poker with a woman. Do something. Like who are these fucking scolds? These woke scolds.
Was there like a big backlash about it, or did they?
I don't know. I found about 3 days later after he was already fired. I was out of the loop.
Do you want to hire Paul Pierce?
Yes.
We could hire him to work for Kump.
I mean, is he taking my job or your job?
And we'll just fit him in the middle.
I got to fit between us. He's a massive man. He's like 7'6".
We got a bigger table.
All right. What's he gonna do?
I don't know. He can just get a stripper.
Imagine if he just talked like this, like Aaron Rodgers. he talks. He's a fucking analyst on ESPN now. He was partying with hoes. I mean, he call them hoes. Am I wrong for doing that? Probably should women strippers. Strippers.
What? What? Strippers? Yeah.
What? What are you confused about?
I think you have the. What?
What?
What are you asking me?
Nothing.
Oh, I'm sorry. You got confused.
Okay.
But yeah, hoes.
Don't say hoes.
Okay.
I'm correcting. I mean, it's women. I don't know why. I think so. I read
Let's
someone.
Be careful here.
I read someone saying that like originally on a tweet, and I'm realizing why am I like that's not the proper term. Just call them strippers.
Yeah.
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 Elegant course correction.
Yeah, I mean, I'm realizing like, I should. It's like fucking. That girl's probably a fucking doctor of dog dicks.
Yeah.
She's a fucking respectable person.
She's earning her degree in dog dicks on the side.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing.
This is America.
Is it? We have another topic. One more topic before we go.
I mean, look. Wait. Did they just fire him because it was sexual?
No, I don't think so.
Because this is saying now I'm looking at it, and it's like Paul Pierce is out at ESPN because of like racy video or like wild video. It's like if they're just punishing him for like a video leaked of him being sexual, then that's fucked up.
Well, I think he had strippers. I don't think he was like fucking fisting him on video. I don't think he was going like, look, let me show you how to use your vagina. And Paul Pierce, the basketball boy. Would that be a good line for pick up a woman? Let me show you how to use that vagina. Would that be? Is that sexual?
That's sexual.
I mean, sexual. Is it sexy?
It could be.
Really?
Some. I'm sure.
I don't think it's very sexy.
Wait, say the line again.
Hey, girl. Why don't you let me show you how to use that vagina? I think it's pretty. You can just say no.
Is it the?
Why are you being so cagey about it? Of course, it's not good.
Is it the opening line?
It's the early line.
Okay, as an early line, no.
Well, when would that work?
I don't know. If you were just having a good time with someone and then they said that, you might think like, "Oh, you're a card."
So we have a couple Michelob Ultras in us, and we're playing 20 questions. And I just guessed, fucking Kissinger. You've been guessing Kissinger. Like, this is fun. Oh yeah, it is fun. We've developed a little bit of a camaraderie, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't just tried. I've made an effort to like get to know you as a person a little bit, right?
You certainly have. You're a real gentleman.
All right, so why don't you let me show you how to use that vagina? Still seems weird. I mean, maybe I'm just not being confident enough.
Look, I might not sleep with someone who said that to me.
Well, that is kind of the.
But I would think it was a very funny thing to say.
But that's not what in that context. I'm not asking you if you're gonna fucking.
I would think about that guy fondly for years afterwards.
All right, so you're gonna get joy from this guy for years, and you won't.
Assuming he's not saying it in a threatening way.
Well, no, he's not. He's not fucking holding a rusty protractor and a compass and with the math equipment going. Let me show you that. Like he's drawing little fucking graphs. Let me show you use that for. He's like that. No, he's not menacing.
Right.
But you wouldn't like if I said to you and that brought you joy for years. You wouldn't fuck me.
No, but I would just like think fondly on that night where it's like I tell the story a lot.
I feel like in that case, like that's the guy you should have fucked. Like, oh, this guy did something that was like so crazy. I still talk about it.
Yeah.
I guess women's safety are a thing, right?
Yeah.
You have to be like safe.
I might think of him as the one that got away.
Yeah. Well, he didn't. Right here. Yeah. So, happy Easter.
Happy Easter.
Where can people find you, Lucie?
You can follow me on Twitter, Lucie, Lucie_Rohan.
You're You gonna prompt me to tell people where they can find me?
Yeah. Where can they? Well, yeah,
where it's a conversational thing. You can be like, "And where can people find you?" I'm gonna be like, "Oh, and, if you want to follow me, you can follow." Like, I gotta fucking bring up my own thing.
Well, I've prompted you in the past, and you've always been insistent that they know where to find me.
Yeah, but it's cute banter. But now you take the banter out, and now I'm just some guy holding his dick in his hand, going like, "Does anyone want to follow me on Twitter?" Oh.
What would people do if they wanted to get more Kump content?
Fucking have, never mind. I was gonna say something. Yeah, you can look. We have a Patreon, and it's great. Where do they find that? In the description. We're a little off tonight.
Yeah, I mean, just towards the end here.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can find that in the description.
Extra episodes every week for $5 a month. And there's more stuff. I don't know. At Ray Kump. You can start the song now. Vamp over it. Thanks so much for listening. I'll see you guys on Patreon. Or it's so loud. Have a great week.